Good evening, everybody. I am huge. Oh my goodness. Hello. Welcome back. Welcome back. Good to see everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day overall. I know personally it's been quiet, but at least a little bit eventful. For the right reasons, maybe not so much, but we do as we can. I know, at least personally, it's been a bit of an odd day in my head anyway. Of course, my head can be my own worst enemy at times, and a little bit of stuff going on around the old apartment to get me frustrated, to say the least. For a little extra context, of course, so I think it was about a week or two ago, we had gotten the word from Pest Control that we had to replace pretty much our entire apartment's worth of furniture due to bed bugs. And it's definitely heartbreaking. Not exactly in a position to be able to replace everything, and then it just got me thinking back to the old guild. I know everything always goes back to the old guild, so I'm sorry about that, but one of the big reasons why I never did any sort of socializing or any sort of like traveling to conventions or anything with the old guild is because part of me was trying to protect my my fellow leadership members from getting these bugs that I've had for a long, long time. I didn't get them myself. Unfortunately, a fellow tenant was a rather nasty fella, to put it nicely, and unfortunately was kind of caught in the crossfire. And because of that, just not necessarily wanting to infect the rest of my leadership, I always turn down the traveling opportunities. Definitely regretting it now, and that regret, of course, has beaten me up a little bit today, but it is what it is. We move on. But it's been basically a crazy day as well, so those not in the news, Ozzy Osbourne passed away today, and that's kind of sad. While I was never like huge into Black Sabbath or anything like that, it's still sad to hear. And then on top of all of that, for those in the vTuber space, my goodness, this whole vShoujo thing is just absolutely insane. And like, to those who may not be aware, so vShoujo is basically like or the way that I can try and put it into layman's terms, but think of it as like a talent agency of sorts for VTubers. And their biggest member, most popular member, Iron Mouse, has basically went on the record, vShoujo, which was seen as a rather positive company, all of a sudden being exposed for not paying their talent and actually not paying a charity over $500,000. So that is definitely the talk of the VTuber Twitter, to say the least. And it kind of reminds me of esports a little bit. I'm gonna try and explain what I'm thinking about here, but like, esports and VTuber, like the VTubing cessation, kind of popped off around the same time, right? So going into 2020, with COVID and everything, both VTubing and esports both kind of popped off at the same time. Got popular since everybody was inside looking for things to do. Esports got popular and then vTubing got popular. And you could tell these companies were trying to come on in and just make a killing and run, so to speak, while they could on these two topics. And now they're both feeling, I think, the repercussions here, because they've both tried to base their business model off of when times were at its peak, or at its peak. But of course, COVID died down, and business finally stabilized a little bit, and it wasn't anywhere near as high as they'd hoped. Overhired on staff, probably took on too much talent, needed to make cuts, and then good people get hurt, and it's just very, very sad to see. Granted, at least on the esports side, I don't think any charities got robbed, but I'm sure if I look hard enough, I could find something. Just crazy times, crazy times. Heck, I know I'm kind of feeling it right now. Of course, being a graduate of an esports program, there's not necessarily a lot of places looking for my skills, looking for my talent. They have their own person, or like programs kind of slow down a little bit. But esports will be just fine. vTubing will be just fine. However, the last couple of years, and especially days like today, remind us how the restructuring, the cleansing of sorts, getting out all the bad actors, takes a little bit of time. But in regards to the game plan for today, I didn't necessarily get into that just yet. So, before we do get into the main course of sorts, Pokemon did just have a direct basically showing off some of their new releases over the next year or so. I do want to check that out. I know I'm going to end up being a React Dandy here, but I kind of want to check it out with everybody. Watch along. Might pause it at some instances to kind of talk about my thoughts on it. I've tried to be good, stay off of Twitter and stay away from the spoilers of sorts. And then from there, go on over to painting a car or painting a race car, which should be fun. I have seen some of the stuff, let's say, that was at Offkai Expo, where all these VTubers had their own paint jobs or had their own wraps on cars. And I thought that was just the coolest thing. So I'm gonna take a mini stock. So just a little four-banger, little oval car, and see what does a Sylen car look like. It might be a disaster, it might be really cool, but we'll see. We'll paint it live, and I'll use the iRacing UI so that we can actually kind of see it in real time, what it would end up looking like. And then maybe sometime down the road here, we'll have a race day on stream. I'll get the wheel and pedals out, and we'll have a couple race days, and maybe race the Sylen car around. Might be cool. But without further ado, we'll get situated here for the Pokemon Direct side of things. Looking forward to taking a look at this with you guys. Just gotta get into the right area, of course. There we go. While we're doing this, if you cannot hear either me or the video itself, please do let me know and I can make the proper adjustments. I did do some testing prior, but just in case my ears are a little off, which I would not be surprised, please do let me know. Okay. So again, just gonna watch us through, see if there's anything to get excited about. Of course, huge Pokemon fan, been playing my entire life. And I kind of want to see what's cooking up next here. Like, I do know, say, for example, that Legend CA, like, it was already announced, but dates, is there anything additional, like, new Pokemon-wise kind of coming out, new forms? Of course, there's a lot of things with Pokemon, so we'll see what happens here. There we go. I am kind of
Hi, Pokemon trainers. I'm Chris Brown from the Pokemon Company International. Today, I'm excited to share details about the 2025 Pokemon World Championships coming to Anaheim, California from August 15th to 17th. We are once again thrilled to welcome thousands of trainers from around the world who will battle across the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet video games, the Pokemon trading card game, Pokemon Go, and Pokemon Unite. These elite trainers will receive a celebratory promo card for competing in the Pokemon World Championships. Let's take a first look at this year's special artwork for Paradise Resort.
Let's try this again. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Now, of course, this is always very...
we will host Championship Sunday in an arena.
It's always very cute. I love how each of their World Championships always has some sort of promo card of sorts. It's kind of like a little trophy of sorts for going there. It's always very cute. I like that.
Pokemon fans to come celebrate together and enjoy tons of new activities. Each attendee will also receive a special digital code to obtain Toad School for the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet video games. During the weekend, fans at home can tune in to the action via our live stream broadcasts available in multiple languages. Some of these streams have special giveaways planned, so we hope you'll join us in cheering our competitors as they strive to achieve the title of World Champion.
Still one of my favorite moments from doing esports broadcasting was being able to, here, instead of lowering this and cutting like the person off, I'll just pause. But one of my favorite moments, of course, as a broadcaster, back with the old guild, was having the opportunity, of course, to host and do broadcasts for some of our local Pokemon trainers for the VGC side of things, including this one young guy, was only, I think, either 8 or 9, but still just a rather young one. And they got their opportunity to earn enough points to go to the World Championships when it was in Hawaii, which for the family at hand, like the fact that they were going to get to go to Hawaii at all was mind-blowing, let alone to compete in Pokemon. And that was just an absolute wholesome and heartfelt moment that I will cherish forever.
On this island, we want the Pokemon to have as much...
Okay, so one thing I will say right away, I've not seen Pokemon Concierge, but his art style kills me, but I'll hear it out.
...fun as they'd like. We'll do our very best.
It is cute, I'll give it that. It is really cute.
Possible. So you can make the most of the amenities we offer. I just planted there! Leave it alone, please!
Haru, it's all up to you. Make our team proud.
Are you okay?
Thanks, I'm fine. Kent?
Haru?
Oh yeah, that guy's totally her ex, no doubt.
Moving here helped a lot. Working actually makes me happy, and I can work harder too.
I just have such a hard time taking anything storyline seriously, just looking at it. Again, it's super cute, but
sorry Celio is causing you so much trouble. I know it's a lot.
How long have you and Celio known each other, Dan?
For about 15 years now. Looking back, it gave me such good memories and so much happiness.
definitely has the cute factor down, but again, especially since it's tied to Netflix, like, not gonna necessarily go out of my way for that. However, I never know. Might be a fun night with the kids if we have Netflix for a different reason.
Onward to a brand new day.
don't know, maybe the young ones are like that.
My name is Peter Lord, the co-founder
Alright,
and creative director at Aardman Animation Studio in Bristol, England. Now at Aardman, we have created award-winning stories with iconic characters. And now, we have the pleasure of partnering with Pokemon on an exciting new stop-motion animated series.
Another show?
We'll be putting some very special Pokemon front and center as the heroes of our show, and it will be set in a region which is very close to our hearts.
Oh, I swear to God, if they do Kanto again.
At the Pokemon world told.
We've seen enough of Gen 1.
Pokemon, with a signature Aardman sense of character and comedy and craft. I know you'll love it as much as we do. We could not be more excited to share this sneak peek with the world. So let's have a look.
Okay, well, everybody likes Wooloo, so what on earth? I was just making fun of Sirfetch'd actually in my last little tier list on my second week of streaming, so it's funny seeing Sirfetch'd here. Literally just a show about Sirfetch'd and Pichu. Oh, alrighty.
Hello everyone, I'm Utsunomiya from the Pokemon Company.
Come on, give me some game stuff.
In today's broadcast, we will be bringing you a variety of news about Pokemon, including our newest titles. In our next segment, we'd like to share the latest information about Pokepark Kanto. Please have a look.
I was just dissing Kanto as well, so what's Pokepark spin-off game, or what's going on here?
Pokepark Kanto, the first permanent outdoor Pokemon attraction, will open soon. Pokepark Kanto is built on roughly 26,000 square meters of land within Japan's Yomiuri Land amusement park.
This is actually somewhere you can go in real life. Okay.
Pokemon has grown so much thanks to lots of support from many people. So we wanted to make a place everyone could come together and enjoy. A space where Pokemon will always be, and where people and Pokemon can have fun together. That wish prompted us to begin work on a world where Pokemon truly exist.
Pokepark Kanto can be broadly divided into two areas.
Pokemon live within the forest.
It looks cute.
When you step inside, you'll find Pokemon playing together in groups. We want to broaden people's idea of how Pokemon live and interact with one another by letting them experience a world with Pokemon in it. A place where we can tell visitors.
But if it's real life, then what are they talking about, like interacting with it live?
You'll be greeted by the diverse landscape of this rich natural forest where Pokemon reside. There's also an area where Pokemon and trainers gather, the town of your dreams. Here, encounters with a variety of Pokemon await you.
I'm really curious how they actually end up doing this, because the way that they're talking about this almost sounds like Jurassic Park. In terms of, like you're walking around while the Pokemon are with you, but obviously Pokemon are not real, so what are you talking about? I mean, definitely not going to stress that too much. I'm never going to get to go there anyways, but that's still a really cool idea. I'm curious. I'd love to see pictures or a video and how that looks one day. And of course, Pokemon Go now. Again, one of my more fond moments with gaming in general. I remember coming home from TOing a Smash tournament in an August long ago where it wasn't even in the actual App Store yet. It was the APK, you can download it off of a website to get Pokemon Go early. I think I'd gone home and I downloaded that thing as soon as I heard about it. It was like 11 o'clock. It was a stupid late at night. Like, you should not be going outside at that point. But I remember downloading that thing and running the riverfront, catching everything, throwing my Pokemon into gyms, and it's like pitch black out. And not to give away where I live, but this is definitely not an area where you should be running around in the middle of the night. But good times. I played Pokemon Go pretty much steady for a good 4 years. This year, it's probably been the first year where I just like straight up stopped. Every time I turn on the game, I see something that I've already caught like 16 of, and I really don't care about the Dynamax introduction. But, I mean, it still has its place. Community days are always fun, and I keep it installed for that reason, but otherwise, that's it.
Pokemon Go Fest 2025 Max Finale is coming soon.
I mean, granted,
Max
the only time I've
Pokemon
ever
will be
gotten an
appearing
Eternatus
one after
was
another.
through
Eternatus will be appearing for the first time globally. We also have a promo
Sword and
code
Shield,
to share
so
that will give
I
you
think
a
I'll grab
chance to
myself a
catch a
second.
powerful Gigantamax Pokemon.
But again, if I'm not doing Gigantamaxes or Dynamaxes, am I far behind? Oh, I mean, at least I have a goal to shoot for. Okay. If anybody remembers my spiel on my debut where I said gacha should be illegal, Pokemon, as much as I love you, you do not get any exception from this. I tried out this game when it first came out, and it's again like rolling for heroes. Like, they entice you to basically pull the slot machine and see what kind of hero Pokemon combination you get.
I'll finish him off.
And
let's teach him a lesson with our new power.
I hate that stuff. So, Pokemon Masters, that's a pass. Oh, this I've never tried, but again, looks cute. That Totodile is absolutely adorable, though I love that. If I recall correctly, it's basically just another one of those Bejeweled style puzzle matching games, and I just don't care. Couple legendaries to Pokemon Sleep, it looks like. Which I will give them credit. Again, the fact that this game exists for at least, actually, yeah, for at least maybe a week or two. I was able to convince the kids to go to bed, not early, but like on time. Because if they slept good, it means that they would have Pokemon show up the next morning. It worked for a little bit. But eventually, they kind of caught on, and when the same thing started showing up time and time again, I think it kind of lost its lost the new car smell sort of thing, and now they fight to go to bed, as usual. Works for a bit, though. Love the concept of the game, though, for something so easy and simple. Now, this actually could be cool. Pokemon Unite is one of those games that I wish Collegiate would honestly adapt for esports.
Pokemon Unite's 4th anniversary. Latios and Latias can both quickly fly to each other.
And that does look cool. So, for those unaware, so it's basically, think of, it's a Pokemon MOBA. Plays a little similarly to something like, say, a League of Legends. A little bit of a different winning objective. You're trying to score points compared to busting down a base per se, but this is one of those games that I really wish that high school and collegiate would adapt, but there's a few issues that it could run into, and the player base I don't think is just big enough to warrant going through those issues. But I personally still love this thing. Maybe we'll play it together one day. They absolutely are. 100% Sweet Mama. Now, anytime I see Pokemon trading cards, I just think of scalpers. Now they basically ruined it. I am so thankful that I do not collect these things anymore. Which is too bad because they're actually beautiful. I love to look at these, but the literal fist fights you have to do to find cards nowadays is absolutely absurd.
Next, please take a look at this video.
Just one line?
Oh, I think my oldest would have fun with this. He already plays games somewhat similar to that already on his device. Oh, that's cute. They're just a bunch of little puzzles. I'm definitely not the target audience for it, but it's cute, harmless, and honestly, I'm actually about to go on a tangent. So half the times when I see like games like these, any other parents out there who are will know what I'm talking about. God forbid, like you give your kid a tablet or a phone, and they want to play games on it, right? And of course you want to give them the free stuff. And you accidentally let them, or no, you don't necessarily know what the game is, but you let them pick a game out. You don't realize there's ads in the game, and then they just start downloading game after game after game that has ads after ad after ads. That is absolutely terrible. And I hope that I can just maybe install Pokemon Friends here, and because I know a lot of these puzzles are the kind of games that my oldest likes to play.
Solve puzzles and get your daily aha moment.
If this doesn't have ads in it,
use the plush you get from solving puzzles
then
to decorate your in-game.
It's a W for me. Again, might not be for me per se, but it would definitely be peace of mind for the kiddos.
Friends.
Pokemon Friends is a puzzle game where players enjoy the thrill of realization while untangling their thoughts. Every day you play is a chance to untangle your next eureka moment. Pokemon Friends will be available on Nintendo Switch, iOS, and Android after this broadcast.
Oh, actually, wait, I guess I can go check that out then. That works
We
out.
hope you download it and give it a try. Next, allow me to share some news
All right,
about
now we're
the
talking.
Pokemon main series. A free update geared for the Nintendo Switch 2 system is available for the Pokemon
for
Scarlet and
Switch
Pokemon
2,
Violet
of course.
games.
Of course, the
When playing
latest
on
Pokemon
Nintendo
game
Switch 2, you'll be
runs
able
like
to enjoy
trash
smoother movement
on the
and
original
even sharper
Switch.
graphics.
They make it look so beautiful on the Switch
hope you
2,
try
and
visiting
frankly,
the
I
Paldea
do
region
not
on
have the
Nintendo
funds
Switch
to
2
just
as well.
get the new Switch. Not right now. What?
A new Terra Raid battle event series will kick off in Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet tomorrow.
Okay.
These Terra Raid battle events will feature Shiny Wochian, Shiny Qianpao, Shiny Tinglu, and Shiny Chi.
I mean, I'm a sucker for shinies, and Wo Chen.
But just winning the Terra Raid battles
one of my
won't be enough to get these 4 Pokemon.
So now we do this.
You'll be able to add each one to your team only after it's been defeated 1 million times.
I assume
everyone will have to work together to obtain the treasures of Ruin.
When they said you have to defeat it 1 million times, part of me was kind of stun-locked, saying like, wait a second, that's not per trainer, right? But no, it's everybody, all the players across the world. So, okay, that's definitely doable. Heart can go back into my chest here for a second, but this is perfect. So I don't think there's actually a way that you can get these shinies normally right now. And at least personally, I really, really like Wo Chen. So what's that, tomorrow? The first one to come out? So we'll see. Maybe I can pick that one up if I'm lucky.
Pokemon Mass Outbreak events will also be occurring at the same time. And that's not all. We're also giving away a tracksuit apparel item, so we hope you continue to enjoy
Put my oldest to
adventuring
work
in the
and start
Paldea
grinding
region.
away on those raid battles. I'll set him up with the Pokemon, he just has to battle it.
Next, allow me to share some information about Pokemon Champion.
Okay, now this is actually something I'm extremely interested about, because currently, like, when I was doing the streaming for our local VGC tournaments, the biggest problem I personally feel like right now is that Pokemon VGC through, like, say right now, Scarlet and Violet, the amount of grinding the game, or the amount of time it takes to play the game to get even just one Pokemon into competitive shape is a pretty long time. Obviously, those who are super experienced with it can have it down to a science and maybe have it done within a couple hours, but for someone who's maybe just casually wants to get into battling, the startup does take a couple days to even just build up materials before you even know what you want. And God forbid you make a Pokemon that doesn't end up working out the way that you want it and you have to change something. It is absolutely brutal to get the grind. The amount of time you have to spend on the game to fix it. And that on top of tournament formats, having Pokemon that you cannot actually catch in the game. Those are the two big things that I'm personally hoping that there's some sort of change for. Because that is what keeps so many people away from actually doing battling. However, the one thing I do know already about Pokemon Champions is that not only is this for Switch, but this is going to be on mobile phones as well. And that's going to be huge in its own right. So I'm just hoping that the barrier to entry gets even lower if possible, if that makes sense.
Champions.
Yeah, these graphics basically look like the traditional Switch games. If I went to Scarlet and Violet, this is kind of how it would look.
Pokemon Champions. In this title, you can enjoy the battles you know and love from the Pokemon series on your Nintendo Switch or mobile device. You can invite your previous Pokemon
This is the first time we're actually seeing kind of like what the UI itself looks like. Like, that was kind of... See if I can reverse that for a second.
You can find new partners to battle alongside you right away from series on your Nintendo
Come back.
Switch or...
Right here. Like, this is extremely easy to read compared to Scarlet and Violet. I just love the way the tags... I know it may seem simple, it might seem stupid, but the fact that it's as clear as it is already
mobile device
has me slightly excited. I'm having a hard time explaining it, but
Pokemon partners to join the action by linking with Pokemon Home.
it just looks
Or
clean
you
to
can
me.
find
Even
new
it doesn't even look
partners to battle
cluttered.
alongside you right away from within Pokemon Champions.
Now, as I was yapping, I think I missed something kind of important there. Pokemon Home, exactly. Let me try this again.
Series on your Nintendo Switch or mobile device. You can invite your previous Pokemon partners.
Okay, that's actually already a fantastic W. So they do mention it goes to home, right? By linking Pokemon Home. Exactly, right there. Okay, so The stuff that I've already caught, I'm very, very proud and happy to have a living dex, which means I have one of every single Pokemon in existence. And I'm like a quarter of the way through a shiny dex, so I've been around the Pokemon side of things for a while. But at least right now, while there is no new game with no new forms, I basically have whatever Pokemon I want. But what happens if you don't? I'm curious.
Home, or you can find new partners to battle alongside you right away from within Pokemon Champion.
Like they give you a couple starters, or I'm curious. Here we go.
You can recruit Pokemon to your team to battle alongside you.
Okay.
It's up to you which Pokemon to choose. Recruit Pokemon you're interested in.
Yeah, here. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. So, in theory then, you want to try a certain Pokemon out. I'm guessing you probably don't get the entire roster to pick from, based off of what I'm looking at down on the very bottom. But say like Gardevoir in this example, like if you want to try it out, okay, fine. You absolutely can, no cost for 7 days. That's kind of cool. I can't take that Pokemon out of Champions in theory and then go play with it in Scarlet and Violet. It's technically not mine, but I can at least use it in the game. But then permanent recruitment kind of sounds something along the lines of actually getting to catch it yourself from this game, which is kind of cool. I like that.
In and form a team. Then it's finally time for Pokemon battles.
UI looks basically exactly like Scarlet and Violet, so nothing that we're going to be too confused on there.
You can enjoy ranked battles that let you face off against trainers from around the world, as well as private battles where you can take on family and friends with greater immersion than ever before.
Looks good, sounds good. Basically just like as if you were playing Scarlet and Violet online or whatever the latest title is.
Double battles.
Just looks a lot cleaner overall. A lot easier to understand.
We'd like to introduce you to a new way to raise Pokemon that lets you enjoy battles even more.
Okay, this is where I'm curious, because if they make this easy, the barrier is gone.
Pokemon Champions offers ways to make raising your Pokemon more flexible and convenient than ever. Teach your Pokemon moves that interest you, then train your Pokemon to make the most of them.
I might have to rewind, so I apologize in advance,
Pokemon
but
battling.
let's see.
Bringing Pokemon battles to
Okay, let me bring it back here to that training, because it may seem stupid, it may just seem one menu, but this is actually really important.
Pokemon Champions off.
So with competitive Pokemon, you have what I'll refer to as effort values, or EVs, where not every single Pokemon is the same. If you train a certain way, like if you, in this instance here, if I wanted to build my special attack, so my magic attack, so to speak, if I wanted to make it do more damage, I would have to go attack certain Pokemon that would give me that magic damage buff. And that would be putting EVs into it, which in turn is making it stronger up to a point. And you can see kind of here on the left side here, SP attack up to 32. That's how it ended up being. You would kind of grind to max out a certain amount of points. And what it's looking like here in this game is that you can actually adjust your points on the fly, but it does cost you some points, so you just can't spam it. 'Cause I'm taking a look down here in the bottom right. It says 0 right now, or it's kind of, I'm kind of blocking things here. It costs 0 right now, but the same currency that you would use to catch a Pokemon, you can use towards training. And the fact that it's just a currency, depending on how expensive or how hard it is to get that currency, if there's, like, say you get a certain amount every day or whatnot, this changes the game on how much time it actually takes to get a competitive Pokemon. And I cannot stress how huge that actually is. A rather easy, digestible way to get your Pokemon competitive that you don't have to spend a couple hours mindlessly grinding up against the exact same Pokemon over and over again, and God forbid you knock out something that was wrong. Now your points are wrong, so you have to go grind the items to reduce that stat or reset it. And again, those who are very, very experienced with it, they've got it down to a science. But to the average gamer, this is huge. The barrier to entry has been significantly lower.
And convenient than ever. Teach your Pokemon moves that interest you, then train your Pokemon to make the most of them.
Okay, same thing. So you can change the natures, change the move sets, but it all requires that exact same currency that we saw on the
Bringing
top right.
Pokemon battles to everyone. Pokemon Champions. Planned to release in 2026.
I honestly can't wait, to be honest. Cannot wait.
Last up, we have some news about the Pokemon Legends ZA game. Please have a look at this video.
I'm definitely excited for this. Not sure if I'll end up getting it myself, but I do like these little adventure games that they've made. Like, I liked Legends Arceus, the first one that came out. Just curious how cool it is to actually play, though, because from what I've seen in the past trailers, the battling system isn't the traditional, like, take your turns, pick a list, like, traditional battling. It seems like they're trying to do some sort of live, like, JRPG style. I'm curious as to how that would turn out. Now, of course, this is probably shot on Switch 2, which means it's probably going to run like garbage on the original Switch. So I know I personally, if I wanted to pick it up one day, I'm going to have to see how it plays on an actual Switch 1 first. Of course, Mega Evolution is back, and this is... what the... So I'm happy that there is a Mega Dragonite. However, just like the Dunsparce, I personally think this looks terrible. Look, I don't like shitting on, excuse me, I don't like, I don't like bashing those who use AI, for example. For I am one of them. But this looks like you told an AI, you took a picture of Dragonite, and you told an AI, place big wings on it, stuck it to its head, and said, screw it, good enough, let's animate it. There could have been so much cooler, unless there's some sort of lore aspect that I'm not quite familiar with, but to me this just looks disappointing, to put it nicely. I'm happy that Mega Dragonite's a thing, don't get me wrong. And it is cute. But come on, it could have been so much different.
Pokemon Legends ZA. We'd like to introduce this game's new story, which takes place in a city striving to be somewhere that belongs to both people and Pokemon.
And as a temporary cheers for it took me almost a month of streaming to finally swear on stream. Pouring out for you.
After you arrive in Lumiose City, either Urbane or Tawny will invite you to join Team MZ. Team MZ's objective is to protect the city of Lumiose. Let's get to know Team MZ a little better. There's Naveen, a fashion designer in the making. And there's Lita, who aspires to become a professional dancer. As part of Team MZ, you'll spend your days in Lumiose City with this crew. Lumio City looks different by day and by night. During the
this
day,
will be cool though,
you can
because of course this
explore the
is
city and
based
find
off
lots
of Pokemon X
to
and
add to
Y,
your
so the
party.
Kalos region. And to me, at least personally, it has a special
Then,
place
by night,
in my heart a
you can
little bit,
compete in the
because
ZA
X and Y
Royale with the
was
Pokemon
the
you've
first
raised,
games
aiming
that
to
I
climb
came
the
back
ranks.
to after I was a kid. So
As
when
you
I was a
advance
kid, I
in the
played.
ZA Royale,
I had played Red, Gold, and Ruby, but then I took a break all the way until Pokemon Y, and that is the same place that this game takes place in.
against powerful trainers.
So seeing
await.
some of the same landmarks is kind of cool, same environments.
One of those trainers, Corbeau, is the boss of the Rust Syndicate.
But, like, this looks all
organization
brand new.
operating in Lumio City. It seems like he has some kind of business with the members of Team MZ. Lumio City offers plenty of ways to have fun aside from Pokemon battling, too. Trainers can change their hairstyle, looks, and outfit to appear however they would like as they stroll around the city.
Okay, so a good start. I know in Legends
teamed
Arceus,
up
one
with
of
a
the big
fur-fru,
problems
a
was
Pokemon
that
with
your
distinctive
character
long
had to
fur.
look a specific way
can
for
even
the
have it
longest
trimmed into
time,
fashionable
and a lot of
styles.
people didn't vibe with
You
that.
can also take photos
Personally,
at
I didn't
interesting
really
spots,
care too
or relax
much.
and hang out with your Pokemon if you like.
But these are always nice. At the end of the day, it's always a bonus when you actually like what you're looking at
All
the screen.
kinds of encounters await you
Kinda makes
in
it fun.
Lumio City. Emma, the best detective in Lumios, will ask you to help with her detective work. You can find people around the city who need a hand and solve their problems. Mabel is the acting director of the Pokemon Research Lab. By catching Pokemon, you can aid her research. In return, you can receive useful items for your adventures in this game.
That tends to be my kind of play style, so I'll probably just be the one running around catching everything.
Something strange has been occurring in Lumio City recently. Some wild Pokemon have been mega evolving on their own and going rogue.
Okay,
These
so that's how
so-called
they're doing the
rogue
boss
mega
battles
evolved
in this
Pokemon
one.
can't contain their own strength and are the very definition of dangerous.
Like, this looks cool. I really,
To take them
really
on,
like that idea
you'll need
for
to fight Mega Evolution
Pokemon.
with Mega Evolution. One newly discovered Mega Evolved Pokemon, Mega Dragonite, has distinctive Dragonair-like features, like wings on its head and a pearl on its tail. While tackling rogue Mega Evolved Pokemon, you'll want an ally from Team MZ at your side, plus
It's
strong
like, is
bonds with
Dragonite
your
a fairy or
Pokemon.
something? Like, I just... I don't like the look.
This city holds many stories. Different wishes intertwine, seeking for people and Pokemon to coexist. Pokemon Legends ZA, coming Thursday, October 16, 2025.
And that is not too far away, so... It'll be interesting. Oh, don't show my wife. Ralts and Gardevoir, one of her favorites. Her baby, as she would say.
What did you think? Pokemon Legends ZA is releasing on October 16, 2025. We hope you're looking forward to your new adventures in Lumio
I
City.
think this is just about done now. Yeah, we're at the tail end. So
That's all for today's
almost there.
presentation. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Okay, actually, that is it right there. All right. Let's hop on back here for a second. Back. Let's bring that back. Okay, there we go. So that was actually really cool. I am going to be looking forward to that. The biggest things, of course, that I'm going to be looking forward to is mainly the Pokemon Champion stuff. like Legend Arceus, or not Legend Arceus, Pokemon ZA does look cool, but I feel like I'm probably just gonna watch other people play it, unless there's something that I need to keep my living decks going. Because that's where they get me all the time. I really want to keep up with the living decks. And Legends Arceus kind of did this to me first, where it's like, okay, like, yes, it's a majority of Pokemon that someone who's played the old games would already have. But then, for example, they added Sneasler, which you cannot get in any other game. So it's like, okay, if I want to keep my living decks, I need this game. And that's how they kind of sucker me in. But as of right now, it doesn't look like there's anything that specifically requires the game per se, nothing new. But again, I mean, I still have time to make more announcements, so we'll have to see. Then, of course, Pokemon Champions. So it's kind of what I was hoping for. So the fact that, one, it's got the Pokemon Home integration, so you can bring your Pokemon from old games into Pokemon Champions. This makes it perfect for me because I can use pretty much whatever Pokemon now I want right off the bat. I don't have to worry about spending those points on capturing Pokemon in the game, because I'll have everything. But the fact that that is a possibility does make, like, say, my wife or my kids, if they eventually want to try and do Pokemon battling, that they can hop into the game and get it that way. I mean, assuming that I don't hop into a game, have my Pokemon make an egg, and then I give them the egg. I might do that. But the option is there, the example's there. One thing that keeps popping into my mind, though, is could Pokemon Champions go into collegiate esports? Because without question, I would imagine if they're making Pokemon Champions your pro scene of sorts, like say your World Championships for Pokemon, VGC is now going to be Pokemon Champions. I can't imagine that they would have Pokemon Champions and then another Pokemon battling video game for like Scarlet and Violet. That makes no sense to me. So I'd imagine it's all going into Pokemon Champions. But for collegiate, it is something that I've wanted for the longest time. But if Pokemon Champions do that, it's interesting, because for Pokemon Champions to go into collegiate for at least the big leagues, it relies on getting official permissions from the publishers, developers, and whatnot. So you need like Game Freak, you need Nintendo and Pokemon themselves to give these leagues the okay to basically make sanctioned leagues for it. Because otherwise what ends up happening is like you'll see you'll see certain games. I think like Riot used to do this before they had their own collegiate circuit and got into it, but you wouldn't be allowed to run a circuit or run a league. You could only do one-off tournaments. And obviously nobody is going to make a collegiate team and support a game for one-off tournaments. But if Nintendo / Game Freak, Pokemon, whomever's permission it needs, gives like NACE or NECC, ECAC permissions to run a league, that would be incredible. And I would be all for it. I'm not saying I would all in on making coverage for that, but I'd be very heavily inclined to say the least. Especially if they happen to have a spectator slot for games. I'd make it so easy. But what would the format look like? It's something that I have been kind of thinking about a little bit. What would it look like for competitions? Because the closest thing that we have right now to that's Nintendo specifically is sanctioned is for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. And what they do is 5 versus 5 crew battles. With Pokemon Champions, I can see this going one of two ways personally. If anybody else has any ideas, by all means fire it off, but the easiest way to do it is just have everybody register as individuals, and you have like a round robin of sorts where you play everybody in your pool once or something like that, or you do it Swiss where you're constantly playing up against somebody who has the same record as you. That could be work, that would be easy. But part of me would absolutely love to see an attack and defend style. And what I mean by this is, like, say one school is the home team, the other school comes in, and each of their players has to try and go through, let's say 5. Say the 5 players from that team in like back-to-back battles, with the person at the very, very end being like the top seed, like being the toughest one. You'd rank it like the weakest player first and the hardest player last. So basically, every school would be their own Pokemon gym. And then depending on how many wins you get points, there'd be some sort of thing like that. I would love to see something like that. I can imagine, because I mean, somebody's already kind of done this in a sense. I think Wolf Glick, like one of the world champions for Pokemon, has made like his own Pokemon gym before, where you can go in person and basically kind of go through that concept. I would personally just love the idea of going to an esports arena and actually having a Pokemon gym worth of trainers to have to battle. Of course, this would all be online for the league itself, but I love the idea of there being an offline version of this too. But we'll see. Maybe I'm just wishful thinking. Maybe I'm overthinking it. But I think that'd be a heck of a fun time. Get that stuff up on that big screen, like that'd be so cool. That'd be so cool. I'm quickly gonna grab a water here before we hop into the workshop, because it is going to be time to paint some cars. Or paint one car. Let's see how fast we can go. And if we can make it look any good, because this might just end up terrible, but we will see. All right. Excuse me. All right, so let's move on over to the workshop and start working on this car, why don't we? Yeah, so chat, this is what I have. I have to me here old little mini stock right off the lot, not painted in the slightest or anything. But we get to paint it customly. I would love to be able to mimic a car that you'd see from Offkai on this here. Put on my traditional colors of sort, get the yellow and green in there, and see what we can do. But in order to do that, I do need a quick fixer-upper to get my pieces in line. This may look like Garbo, or this will be really, really cool. We'll see. I'm excited to try it. Do we ever do it again? Maybe, maybe not, but we'll try. Okay, let's bring it back. Okay. Let's see here. So, this is basically, if I were to custom paint, this is where we start off. I have a Photoshop file with all of these pieces being parts of the car. First thing I'm going to turn on down here is the wire. So what you'll notice now is that there is, like, say on this left side here, all of these lines represent little areas on the car that like bend or move. So it is something I'm going to have to take into consideration if I put any words or any logos in this area, because it will bend. And then what I also do have, AI cooked me up a little logo of myself, as well as a shot of me casting one of my heels. And I want to see what I can do about possibly making this fit on the car. What I'm personally thinking is maybe I can get on the hood this logo here. And then I have to match which way it's going, but put it there. And then if possible, it's going to have to be shrunk. It may not look good. We'll have to see how this works. But I'd love to have that, for example, like in this area. But I do have to worry about the number blocks. So you see the green highlighted area that's now here? The number of the car is actually going to go there. So I cannot necessarily have the character, or not the character, but my picture on there. Otherwise it will be covered by a car. So that is the challenge here today. First thing I want to try is, I guess let's put the logos on first. This I know for sure we can do. Let's see, if I took this, what's the size of it? It's about height of, or let's take the width here. And take this. I can size that properly. Take you. Let's make a new section. Let's call you logo or Sylen logos. Did my thing break? Whoopsie, there we go. How long would that happen? Do I have a secret hotkey? Interesting. Sorry about that. But here, I've got my logo. That's actually kind of small. I guess there is a lot of open space around here. I'm going to take a quick readjustment. Make it a bit bigger so I don't pixelate you. Let's see if I make you 400 by 400. How does that look? Sylen logos. Trying to center it up the best I can. Okay. Let's try there. It's been a little while, so I can't remember how to gauge it in terms of size there. We'll see momentarily, though. And now this section here, I'm gonna have to kind of play by hand. I don't mind the heel getting cut off, I just don't want like much else to be cut off. So it'd be something kind of like this. How does it look? So like this is way too big, obviously, so let's shrink that down by, let's say, half. Try waist up. I don't hate this idea. But Maybe just a bit smaller because I'm a perfectionist. Let's try 450. Scoop that. Make it so that my head is barely into the bend. Something like that. I want this extra bleeding flames cutouts. So it'd be something like this. If I took away the decal, what does it look like? Considering this has that flat edge here, I probably don't mind that it's being covered by a number. This might be perfect here. So then what I'm going to do... because I kind of want it to be a one-for-one symmetrical look here. Going to take the entire thing. So it has the logos, but I don't want to take this with me as well. I want to flip this horizontally, copy paste, make another layer, and then from there, let's see where my tie is right about at the point of my pinky. Let's see if I can get that to match. Carefully bring myself up here. Excuse me. Okay, so my pinky is where? Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, so it was something like that. That looks about symmetrical. I'm going to now clear out the extras. That isn't a bad start if I were to say so myself. Let me bleed that down so all the logos are now on the same layer. This is extra. I can kill this. So now we can actually make some colors here. You'll see over on the left-hand side of my template, I do have a couple of different options. This is, of course, just a mini stock, so it's going to not be the fanciest thing in the world. I do want to kind of keep that vibe of it just coming right off the lot. In the past, I've been a sucker for stripes. I'm going to try a few different things here that maybe we can vote on together, or just try a couple of different options. This would be the very plain option. So what I'm going to do, I'll take my logo, steal the colors from it. I would love to have a close to one-to-one match. So let's see, if I was mainly yellow, let's then use my fill. Oh, wrong one. Cover up the green with the darker green. That's all just wire. I can skip that. This I can do. This would be very easy. Granted, though, that is a lot of yellow. I'm going to argue that's too much yellow, but I'm going to save it as is, just as an example, to see what we can do with it. So now, in theory, There we go, I've got it in game now. First thing I'm noticing is that this can probably be bigger. Make that a little... There's still lots of hood to play with. I could probably even knock that down a little bit. Line this up to about here. This part I'm actually kind of happy with. Because again, the heel itself is kind of being tucked away behind the number, so you can't really see the flat line. Yeah, the most egregious thing is just the color palette itself, and then maybe making that a little bit bigger. So that is absolutely something that we can adjust and fix. So let's fix the logo first. Let's bring the wire back. So if I had that at 400, let me now try to bring this to, say, 6. If I oversize it, I could always shrink it later. This takes up like the entire hood. Okay, never mind, that's too big. Try 500. And don't be afraid to go low. Okay, you can kind of see the circles in the wire signaling the little screws that I was kind of lining up with. Try and stay on that center line. If this is the screw touching, then let's move it, say, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try that. Okay. And personally, like I was saying before about the actual paint job itself, not necessarily a fan of this much yellow. Hey, look at me, I like yellow, but not that much yellow. So let's try something different. I feel like this would be a lot of the same if I replaced all of those. I kind of like the hood though. Here, let's make a quick try. I'm gonna make the red as the yellow again. But the blue can be green. Oh, that blends though. I do not like that blend. Kind of bleeds in. It might just be weird because the wire's here. We'll give it a try anyway. The wire is going to be still there, I do realize after the fact, but let's see how this looks. I'd argue better than the first. Not a fan of the hood. Let's try a different one. But this is basically what I would do when I was, because I was also the painter at the old guild for our race cars. So I would just go through after paint job and try and see which one I like the best. This one's kind of interesting. If I were to do yellow and the green, and then green and the red. Do I make the black yellow as well, or do I give it some black like my undershirt? Let's try the black. Let's try this one now. good feelings about this one, maybe. Wrong one. The black did not quite hit as I was hoping. But I think I know what I could try. If I go back here, instead of black on everything, part of me likes the black on the small outline that goes around the top of the car. So let's keep that the same. What if I then took yellow on the bottom? Something like that. And it looks funny when it's like this, but then of course save it up. That looks a little better. I think we can still do better. But that's not bad. One thing I can do in game, actually. There. Now I don't have a random black splotch where the number is. Don't mind it, but I think we can find something better. Have a couple of striped options, so I'm a little bit biased because I do like stripe, but I think we can do something similar to my sweater for this style. If I were to mimic this actually just like my sweater, so it would be, oh, wrong thing. It would be yellow down the middle. The edges, green as the main colors that are on the outside, and then the undershirts can kind of be black like this in a sense. Scratch marks on this paint job that I'm going to have to go through later, but I won't worry about that until I commit to a paint job. So this is the first one that's more, I guess, green dominant, but let's try it. Wrong thing. I keep going to my music. This is another situation where I love the front. This looks good to me. But the side feels naked. Very naked. I think there is a different option for stripes that I can try next that has a little bit more attached to it. Let's try the same idea. Yeah, this one has a little bit more along the entire edge that I can work with. So again, black outlines. I'm on the wrong paint, so let's try it again here. Okay, I think that's... Oh, nope, I lied. Still more. Crap. don't die on me out now, mouse. There we go. Okay, then the red will now get changed to green. Then the light green to yellow. A couple more blue spots that I gotta knock out in a minute here. That looks a little bit better. Let's try this. Okay, this might go down at one of the ones we keep. Excuse me. The only thing I'm kind of kicking myself now is, am I too small? I don't know. Yeah, low-key I kind of like this, but I'm gonna try one or two more styles before I try to do anything additional. What am I doing here? Okay. So. Save that as take one that we could possibly use. This one's an interesting style as well. I think I know how I do it, so. Keep the blue as black again. With the exception of the hood, I think. I really don't like this back end though. This blue looks really funky here. I could, I guess, do that. Don't hate it. Like the red-green again. And then turn this in the yellow. Okay, and I just broke it. There. I don't know if I like black or yellow there. Sucker for the bright color. Let's go. Try yellow. Let's try this. I'm not sure. I kind of like that too. kind of like that too. Try and see if I can find one more that I like. So this takes away the stripes, put this on a little bit different. See if there's something maybe crazier. It's maybe a little out of my comfort zone that I can try. That's a little much. This has fades, I wouldn't be able to implement those properly. Could try something like this. I think we'll give this one a shot. It'll be a little bit crazier, but the idea that I have in my head is that red would stay as yellow. So it'd be rather dominant in terms of the color itself. Green can flow into the green. Excuse me. And then black in the blue? Excuse me. It's a green in the green, right? Lots of little spaces that I can miss here. But we're making do. Oh no, black and the blue. Not green. This might be much, but let's try it. I mean, that's not bad. I don't hate it. There's just a lot of empty space. I know the way to go with, like, traditional race cars. If I had some logos or something that I can be sticking in this area, for example, that could work. Maybe I can put my tag right here to fill out the quarter panel, maybe? And then in the back, if possible, maybe in the yellow I can put my tag. Might be one way of trying it. I don't know. I'm kind of torn between the last couple of paint jobs that we had. Thankfully, at this point here, I can save this paint job, and I technically have all of them saved. I can easily just switch between a few. Maybe this is something where we kind of get TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Maybe we can get you all involved to pick the paint job. Or if they are all cheeks, by all means, let me know too. Oh yeah. But let's see what I can do about filling some space with some branding. So I've got the Sylen logos. mean, I know I'm terrible for unironically using Comic Sans, but probably not on the car. What would I do, say for example? Let's see. Let's make that bigger. I gotta worry about wire now too, so let me see. About 72. I'll line up with, let's see here. Actually, there's something that does allow me to line it up. If I turn on sponsor block and then drag you up above sponsor block, I can kind of see where I'm supposed to put this thing. This is just for reference, but I'm probably going to put my last name in there too, just to help fill out the space a little more. Something like that. Put it in the middle. Something like that. Excuse me. And have the text be white, I think. Maybe I can try to have it so that it matches my number on the car itself. So to take that for reference, I have a white number with an orange and green outline. So if I go back to paint, what I can try then is this with drop shadow. And first it was orange. Oh, I have a mark there. Let's try it again. But if I did this with a drop shadow, with orange text that does not blur, but is slightly covered, kind of like that, for one layer, and if I do it again, I flip this, do it again, take my current color, I think that's the way to go, but I made that orange too thick. So there's the orange. Not the lowest, but let's see. Let's set it as 2. Now try it again, but with green this time. I think that's pretty close. Take that off. So it's weird. Let me take the wire off. I'm just gonna save it real fast so we can get a reference before we go any further with what this looks like. So it does actually translate pretty good, if I were to say so myself. If anything, I can actually maybe make the green line a tiny bit thicker. Or I can just kind of leave it as is. Maybe just leave it as is, since it's a little bit smaller text. But positioning-wise, it's actually pretty good. Placement on the car. Not disappointed with that. That's actually pretty good. So let's go back. Let's see. This is tag. So what I'm going to do is go bam, copy. copy. Make a new. Oh, I'm just thinking that's not going to work proper right now, is it? No, it is not. Yeah, I did the wrong thing. Come on back. Here we go. Might have to do this one by hand. It worked for the other thing, but not for this. Let's get that sponsor block back out. Where's my wire? What I'm gonna do is take a line. So green line, one block over to hit the D. Let's see. Green line. Center it out in that orange box as best as I can. Green line, one block over, cuts in just a bit into the D, cuts in just a little bit to the S. If I were to make another block here, let's make you red so I can see you. Outer edge. Bring it on down. That is a miss, pretty considerably. So if I bring that then instead to here, and then take, let's move it on over. So it's just making contact. Can delete the red line. And it's as close to symmetrical as I'm going to be able to get. What I can also try now, if I flip you back on over here, is I would also like this to be in the middle. I'll do this one by hand. See if I can fit the box. From one orange to the other orange. Align both. Nice. And then merge. Sponsor block down. Wire put away. Save this up. Flatten. Bring that back. So now my tag is now on the rear. This looks alright. I'm actually pretty pleased. The only thing I'm still questioning is just the actual paint job design. This one, of course, is the more out there look. So this might be a time for a call to action of sorts here. To my fellow Shorts fans, whether it be Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, or TikTok. Maybe we will get them to pick the car. So you know what, let's put on my best acting voice, I suppose, here for TikTok. Let's get rid of the music for a second so I don't get myself DMCA'd on these things. Okay. Okay, so option number one, we do have the yellow, black, and green paint style. A little bit of a wave, a little bit of a stripe kind of style here. Pretty solid green hood with a little bit of yellow on top. Symmetrical on both ends here. This does not look like Illuvium in the slightest, now doesn't it? Gear calling me out. Once again, the thing reset back to normal now, didn't it? Hey, Elisa still starts with an I. At this point here, we're within the last 15 minutes. So we are going to probably just say screw it, let it roll. I will change it in post. Hey, well, welcome here. Glad you're here. But of course, once again, this is option number 1. Got the yellow, black, and green mixture. A little bit of a stripe style of sorts. Solid hood, like full of green with the yellow along the edges. That's option 1. In theory, that this should have been bowling day. Hope all went well for you. Not a fan of the mustard yellow, to be honest. Fair. That is my brand, however. So I gotta stay on point with that. Okay, option 2. Oh no, I'm glad it wasn't the greatest for you. Option number 2 for paint jobs, just a pretty plain, lean stripe along the side. Majority green with the yellow. Pretty well solid green all around with the exception of the hood pop there. Option number 2. At least here in the chat, according to Gear, it's looking like option 2 looks a little bit better. Personally, I think I'm alongside with you here. So let's try option 3, aka take 1, aka screw my labeling. I cannot move the placement of the number, however, though, unfortunately. No, that's stuck in the game itself. Okay, and here we go. The final option, solid green with the, final option with the outline in yellow and black. Stripe right down the center. Symmetrical on both ends. Let me know which ones you happen to like. Hey, I edit in paint.net. Not paint. This is poor man's Photoshop. Option 4. Option 4, take 3, but remove the yellow stripe across the top. Like you're talking about this section here? Like having the... Okay, so you just want the... I think you can see my cursor, right? So from this section down, make it solid. It's like solid green. Is that what you're thinking? Oh, just the entire stripe down the middle itself. Would take a little bit of custom doing, but it could possibly be done. And leave the accents around the bottom, okay. That's going to take a little customizing. We can try do a little improvisation here. So what I would then need to do, let me get my wire. So this part should be simple. It's just a matter of covering this all up. So that'll get rid of the middle. And then it would be here. Leave the bumpers yellow. Go right down to the black. Okay, yeah, I think I know what I can do here. Right down to the black. Then from here, continue the black. Across. Oh, that didn't quite hit the mark, now did it? Ah! Breaking. Shut it. Not actually, though, I'm just playing. Yeah, you can see it's not necessarily symmetrical now, is it? You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong at all. Okay, let's see. I just made a line instead of an actual rectangle. Sheesh. Let's see. It's a little bit closer. Red splotches. Take this one more time. Across. Try something like that. I don't hate it. Brush. Yeah, if need be, I can always make edits after the fact. If the line looks completely bonkers, I can take a look at it afterwards. But we can take a look at this as take 4. And here is option number 4, where we kept the yellow outline from the previous, but took away the middle. To be honest, that doesn't look bad either. That does not look bad either. Yeah, this works out. I have all of the options saved, so I can switch through them however often I wish. I think we'll try and do that, though. I think I'm going to have TikTok, YouTube, Instagram all take their pick through a short or a reel of sorts. And then for whenever we do the actual race day, use whatever paint job they pick, but I will keep all of these for my own use, of course. Some minor edits around the front wheel. Possibly, yeah. This area does look a little bit odd compared to the other parts of it. It almost looks like the metal's cut differently. Interesting. That looks disgusting. You could do it that way or just say screw it, just keep it black. I might just keep it black, keep it stock. Yeah, invert could work too, yeah. Absolutely. But I've got these. There's one more thing I want to try and do before we call it a night. A little bit of a bonus of sorts. The hub's yellow? Yeah. If I do end up doing a custom hub, I think the yellow is the way to go. I'll keep it stock for now, because I just remember there's one more thing I want to try and do. Just in case, give me a quick second to fire it back here while I get it ready. Where did it go? There you are. Okay. Didn't mention this earlier, but I also have a driver suit that we can mess around with. Don't have much time left on the stream today, but I feel like we can belt one out here pretty quickly. I'm just gonna make the one design, see if I can match my suit, sort of. So in theory, it would be yellow, say something like this, yellow around with match the livery of the race car. So say like a majority green with the yellow accents. Well, here, I know for sure that I'm probably making the blue portion, doing that livery. This is something I can absolutely invert later if it does end up being a yellow-dominated livery. Some of these lines are a little thicker than the others. Nobody has to know. I'm basically using the fill tool. Black cents. Okay. So then in theory, the red would now be green. Then, if I steal this yellow, If I take the mustard and spill it all over myself... What did I call it? What are you preferring? Sorry. I can pretend as if I was just having a burger or something and just spill yellow. There. Now the shoes. What color should the shoes be? And the gloves. Because they're majority black and I can't change that part. The blue. What should I replace that with? Green or yellow? Go for the yellow. Okay. Bruh. It really going... Oh, I'm doing the wrong thing. Duh. There we go. Shoes. So that would be yellow. Headset. Let's see. Helmet. Which one are you? That's you. Headphones. That's you. Cap. Yellow as well. Okay. If I were to take a look at my wire, I've got a section of about here. That is what? 145 pixels. Let's maybe make this about 225. If I were to say... bit too big. Let's try 190. I definitely know I need a better logo. But just to get us started here, I feel like this center line isn't actually truly center. Try my best to kind of eyeball this a little bit. Try something like that. Okay. And then if I hop on back over, hop over here for a second. What do I gotta put down to make this work? Just trying to save it real fast. Sorry, 1 second. So that we can actually see it in game. Will it let me? It does not seem to be letting me. Try one more time here. Okay. Give it one more shot. If this doesn't work, I'll have to try it again later. I labeled it right. Well, unless I saved it as the wrong file. Try one more time here. Yeah, it's not working. Damn. Shoot. Would have been cool to kind of sneak that in at the very, very end, but it'll have to be how it is for now. So, of course, for now, this is what we are going to end up running. This is future Sylen's problem. You got it. The main thing, though, and the thing that gets looked at the most, is the car itself. And we have a multitude of awesome looking paint jobs that social media will get the opportunity to pick for us here. Maybe sometime next week we can have a race night. It's the car scene, not the bad driver inside of it. Yeah, if you see the driver more often than the car, there is something wrong. But let's see, so I'm thinking sometime next week, whether it be the Tuesday or the Friday stream, we can have ourselves exactly. It means you didn't finish the race. Yeah, sometime next week we will have a race day. Get this car out on the track, do a bunch of mini stock. I'm definitely eager to put some laps down. It's been a while. Might be fun seeing how many times I end up smashing this thing and how many times people can actually see the driver's suit, so to speak. But with that, we shall slowly but surely start closing things on down here. I'm not going to rush out of here, but start closing some of the applications in the meantime. But that was different. I can't say that I've ever painted a race car on stream before for iRacing or for what have you. Yes, you get to get exposed to how crappy I actually am at graphic design. The fact that I am using PaintNet, which is basically, like I was saying, just bootleg Photoshop of sorts. You'd think somebody who's worked in media as much as I have that I'd be rather decent at Photoshop. Let's just say there's a reason why I use AI for my art backgrounds. But for the record, it helps me portray the vision of the stream a little bit better. And it's not like I'm taking the job away from the artists. I'm thankful you think highly of me. However, no, that could not be further from the truth. The only thing I end up Bob Rossing is like Tiger Balm on my back. I might draw a little bit of a draw a cloud of sorts to relieve the muscle ache, if you know what I'm saying. That's the closest I get to a Bob Ross masterpiece. True, that is one way to do it. But with that, we'll be closing up shop shortly here. So again, going into, or I never did mention what I'm going to be doing for this Friday coming up. Hey, I've gone all stream without gagging with having one of my tics, so I'm proud of myself for now. But yeah, going into this Friday, what I'm going to do is another esports based talk, but this time it's going to be broadcast specific. I'm going to have another tier list of sorts where I'm actually going to rank the leagues based off of a broadcast perspective. Now, I'm not talking about their own streams, because of the leagues, only one actually does their own stream. But in terms of if someone was a new broadcaster to collegiate esports, what kind of hoops and hurdles would they have to deal with for each league? Which ones make it easy? Which ones support you? And which ones are an absolute pain? That is going to be the goal here. As well as just my thoughts on esports broadcasts or collegiate broadcasts in general, because I have some thoughts. New position, yes, thank you. One thing to note though is that it is voluntary. I am not getting paid in the slightest for it. So it doesn't replace the need to go search for a job, but it's for kids and high schoolers, so kids and young adults. And I definitely think we can do it up here to have some fun and go back to what I personally feel like esports should be, which was just community, family, friends kind of casting. Heck, I might even show up like this on a broadcast. I need to get some new clothes though. I think I need to find a purple sweater. Yeah, Friday the esports broadcast talk will be the idea, and then let's just say Tuesday. Tuesday will be race day, where we take the car out after letting TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube vote on which car they like the best. Or if they hate all of them, we'll just send it anyway. But this has been fun. Thank you, Gear, and everybody else who happened to have tuned in. Always a pleasure being here, chatting. But before I end up passing out, it is time to close things up. So thank you once again. I will see you on Friday. If I don't happen to talk to you prior to that, have a great week. And I'll see you next time.